So in New Zealand, I knew I was traveling with a buddy over there, and we had this big race that we wanted to do. We like to do marathons and whatnot, so we wanted to, since New Zealand's out in the outback and like really crazy landscapes, we wanted to pick an adventure race to do. So what that required is we were coming from Iowa, which was completely different as a landscape compared to New Zealand, and we'd be crossing all these mountains and these rivers and hills, and the temperature would be different. We'd be coming from the winter to the summer, so there would be a lot of like unknown variables that we had to control. So what we did first was we found a guy in my hometown. He's a really good runner. He ran on the U.S. Mountain National Running Team. So we sought his advice on how to best train for this. And we had to think about a bunch of different kinds of precautions. Like, since it's such a long race, it was 30 miles over 4 mountains, we had to figure out how we would eat during the day, about what we would wear, about protection from the elements, and just about how to train for hills and whatnot when we lived all the way in Iowa, and a majority of our training would be in Iowa. So from that situation, we followed through with all of his suggestions, where we did a lot of hill running. We did some really long runs. We stayed consistent and persistent with it throughout the whole time. And then we also practiced eating peanut butter and jelly sandwiches on our runs, to kind of get all the nutrition aspects right, so we would not be like surprised when we were over there. And from that all, we went to New Zealand, and then once we were in there in the new climate, we continued to practice all that stuff for the race. The race actually turned out really well because of all that preparation, and just being updated and educated about everything, that we ended up finishing 10th, and we had a great time.